Hey everybody, Daryl Davey here in the workshop with Oaken Hollow Games, and today I have my business partner, Phil, and good friend, and...
First time, long time viewer, first time
face, yeah. He's been in a lot of different stuff. I talk a lot about him on, when it comes to Plunder and other games that we're doing. He is my other half of this company, and this is the first time his beautiful face, I think, has really been on, besides maybe a glimpse.
Yeah, maybe.
During some play tests.
But you hear my dulcet tones every once in a while making funny of Daryl during the live streams.
Yeah.
We're trying to kind of go 50-50 on everything for this, and Daryl has had a lot of lead time on me, so he's put a lot of good stuff together as far as the game goes. So I kind of got him either a really late Christmas present or a really, really early Christmas present.
I like the early Christmas present because it makes me feel like this is a pay it forward sort of situation. We kind of took the time I've put in, and now vice versa. And Phil, if you want to step aside, we can show the viewers our new
Apex Maker. So we got a brand new 3D printer.
I am going to bring you in. Jaden, hello. Alrighty, yes. So to get some size, Blake, hello. To get some scale, I think John was on here earlier too. These are the printers I had. This is what Oaken Hollow Games has been using to make all of the stuff. I used to have one. I had eventually got two just to speed some things up, and that, halved the time, and I was super happy about that. The build plate's about 3x5 if I'm being generous. Now this one, it's on a table. It stands, I'm 5'3", I'm not a big guy, but with the hood closed, which has hydraulics, which is insane, we have stepped into the future, my friends. This thing is probably 5 feet off the ground as it sits on the table, and it is massive. Phil, do you remember roughly the build size for the plate?
It was 17 by 7?
17 by 7. So it, as I jokingly said, this could probably print my old printers, which just became old printers today. Phil has Megan, hello. I got a very excited call about, hey, there's a package outside of my door. Yeah.
My daughter calls me and goes, Dad, what did you order? And it's like, what are you talking about? I haven't ordered anything. And so I kickstarted this at probably April of last year, and it is just showing up now. So with all of the goofy stuff with shipping and stuff like that, it's definitely been a while.
Yeah.
But we hopefully will be able to do a couple sets of skirmish with this. This brings up a couple of the games that we thought about doing in the past where we need help with good modeling, and kind of makes us have to do the scanner thing now and do some 3D scanning. So
yeah, I think the fidelity on this thing is going to be amazing. These are already really good. Like, I'll never say a bad thing about Elegumars, especially for the price point that we get them at and what they've been able to do. And they will still be, for now, in use in the background. Probably our color printers from now on.
Yep.
This, if at guesstimation, we just got the plastic off. I'll be putting some pictures and stuff on for you guys. But this will, in my mind, probably be able to print out 2, I'm talking gray pieces for skirmish, 2 full games of skirmish at a time. As compared to...
Well, you have some stuff on one of your build plates right now, don't you?
Yes, actually, yeah. So you can see what... Yeah, that's... So on this build plate, I can fit, let's see, 10-ish. I think I can get all 16 trick-or-treaters on here for All Hallows Eve. Yeah, if we pick it up a little bit. So, just an insane size. We need like the Space Odyssey soundtrack. Is that just... Yeah, as it comes in, and like the monkeys and the chimps scream. Is it... Yeah. So,
So
imagine
are you a
that.
monkey or a chimp?
Now, you know, if Curious George is called a monkey but he doesn't have a tail, I think I can get away with it. Yeah. But I think there's going to be less failure. It's a newer machine, and the amount we'll be able to fit on one thing is going to completely change how quick we can produce games. One of the biggest problems we always have to talk about is the time span of, all right, we're selling this stuff and we need to print it. The print time is going to take X amount of time. How is that going to affect? Like, we have TweebCon coming up in August, 24th.
24th and 25th.
Yep. How are we going to get stuff printed off in time? This thing...
The printing is no longer the long pole in the tent. Now it's the printing of the manuals, the printing of the stickers for the boxes, the cards that we're going to need for All Hallows Eve.
Yeah, any out-of-house stuff is now what's going to be taking time, because I think... I would bet we could do 2 full runs of All Hallows Eve on it. One for sure. Certainly for sure one for All Hallows Eve in one plate. Typically, for All Hallows Eve, I print one. So when I say a plate, I mean one machine printing one thing. I print one plate is the monsters, one plate is the trick-or-treaters, and one plate is the tokens. So 3 plates have to be done at roughly 6 hours for the monsters, at least for the pieces, maybe 3 hours. Now in 6 hours, I can get an entire set, if not 2, off, depending on how we fit things in here. So
if you think we can get 2 off for All Hallows Eve, which is very piece intensive, I bet you we can get 3 or 4 of skirmish off.
I would also think so. We're gonna see what we need to find out is how things are set on this. And it is beauty. It is heavy. It is hard. It has full touch screen. You can go online. There's bells and whistles on this. We don't know. We got to look at the user manual yet. But yeah, Apex.
You can read, right?
I thought you could read. We're gonna need to find someone who can read. But Ben, hello, nice to see you. Yes, so we got to see how the files translate from this over to here. I'm guessing things like, I already love Elogy Mars. I think I said that right away. I'd never say anything wrong about him, but I think things are going to look even nicer on this when it's all said and done, and at such a speed. I'm going to see how changing colors go on it, and the cleaning process is going to have to take a look at. It does have this fancy thing, which is either a part of an alien probe, which we cannot talk about this being a family channel, or it sits in a resin tube and automatically fills up the resin, so it's only using what it's needing. Trevor, hello! Everybody's tuning in today. I love it. This is a good time. I'm going to have to remember when we do this. Who knew Monday night at, like, what? Anyway. So, Phil, thank you for
Our new adventure.
Our new adventure. And I mean, truly, like, this is what Oaken Hollow Games does, is we are slowly getting bigger, slowly getting better all the time. And as you get games, anything just goes right back in. Phil and I don't get paid a dime to do any of this.
I'm just having fun.
It is having fun. It's making games, getting people around the table, and creating stuff, and that all gets funneled back into tools and things to make this happen.
Make more games.
Yeah, and more efficient, too. Like, can you imagine, like, when we do Capture the Flag, how many Capture the Flags we'll get out of one print of this? At 3 meeple apiece?
So six meeple for the entire thing. So we try and do our full run of 30 that we've been doing out of one plate?
I don't even doubt we could do a full run in a single print, which before would be multiple prints and hours and wear and tear on machines. So I'm speechless. I mean, I'm not, clearly, as I'm babbling on. But this is speechless for me. I don't talk a lot, not talk a lot, so this is a lot. Anyways, so we have a lot of learning to do. I don't know when the first print will be. I want to be very careful and make sure everything is right before we dive into it. I think that'll be part of the process that we'll be sharing with you guys as we learn. Just like this, you know, I go, hey, I found out there is this thing that I can do with this. I didn't know it was a deal before, and, you know, maybe that's helpful to somebody who gets their own. These are very good entry-level price ones. I think they're sufficient, and they got us to where we are today.
This is not
an entry-level price one.
Well, like I said, I had a lot of catching up to do.
And, yeah, thank you. You caught up, you did. I think you may have even surpassed me.
No, I'm fairly certain I haven't.
But we, as this goes on, we'll let you know more. Absolutely, we're going to be doing something when we do a first print out of it. Unless it's like a test print or something like that. We'll probably show the results on that. But when we're, like, ready to dial it in
So
and go,
are we going to do... I mean, the first real print has to be, like, an 8-inch Mischief, right?
Just use a full bottle of resin just to do the thing? I think you might be right. Yeah, the fact that this thing, too... I hadn't even thought about the height possibilities on this thing. It goes, presumably, almost 3...
Well, it
2 feet.
when we were playing with it earlier, it definitely
We'll bring you
takes
guys in.
way too much to.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Let's go over here. And we'll go up by 10.
Goes 10 every time. The noises on this are so satisfying as like a nerdy maker sci-fi.
So we want like 12-inch tall Mischief. Is that what we're going for?
Yeah. Did you say 12? You said 8 before, Phil. This is turning into a fish story. Yeah. I mean, the fact that this could print out something that huge, I wouldn't even know, which is probably where those sort of, self-fill things in the bottle come in very handy. So, yeah, absolutely. Again, I'll see if I can get as we do a run. And that's beautiful, Phil. So, again, yeah. So if you're looking at, and we had to move things out of the way to even make room for this on my table. So the regular size, and then just... That's hydraulics for this thing. To even get the hood down is insane to me. So, I know we're kind of like waxing poetic on...
May have babbled enough on the
Yeah, we've said everything, and now I'm just stumbling over my words. But... wanted to show you guys this right away because it was a surprise. I have put this in the back of my mind because I'm like, there's going to be shipping delays and there's going to be problems. And there was. And I was like, I didn't want to get my hopes up. And then when you called the day, boy, was I happy to hear this.
It's a good Monday.
It's a great Monday. It's hard to get a Monday to feel good. But yeah, absolutely. So... I think with that said, Phil and I are going to start looking into this a little bit more here throughout the night. If, on the off chance, any viewers know anything about the Apex Maker, which I doubt it, because it's brand new, it's pretty niche right now, let us know. But we are going to cement down some playtest times.
Yep. We've got a couple games to play test. We've got the new entry that's coming in. Technically a part of an IP that maybe we shouldn't talk about yet, but
right. Yep.
But it's an adventure card game, so 1v1. We've got to do some play testing of that. Looking forward to getting down with Chris and and getting that game together. Definitely got to get more people around the table for Plunder and Capture the Flag. I'd like to see a large group for Capture the Flag.
I think it would be fun for that. And then, again, we're always looking for... Right now, the big thing with Plunder, I've said 100 times, is card art.
Yep. If you know anybody that likes to draw clothing, we've got a whole bunch of pirate clothing that we need drawn.
Big, billowy, fluffy pirate clothing with swords and some items here and there, but mostly fairly accurate looking clothing is what we need. So if you know anybody, DM Oaken Hollow Games, email us, oakenhollowgames@gmail.com, or just send us a message right on the main page. Yeah.
We're currently out of Skirmish.
Skirmish is completely out. The Autism Association just bought my last copy, and then
The last copy from Gameplay Stay and Cloquet was bought on Friday night, so while I was there. All Hallows Eve, we still have 3 copies at Gameplay Stay.
and 1 copy with me.
And 1 copy here, so...
Which is loosely done. But now, if we get this running, it's not too far away. Well, All Hallows Eve takes a little while. The outside stuff takes a bit. I can't make anybody else go any faster on that end. But in-house stuff means once we get this dialed down, we'll be cruising. So
in August, at least come check us out. We'll have a table at the con. It was at the deck, correct?
Correct. The deck is huge.
So we're gonna be part of a con right here in Duluth. So sounds like it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
If you want to come check our table out, please do. We always like to see you guys show up. So
yeah. Alrighty. Well, we won't bug you anymore tonight. If you have any more questions or comments, please post them below. Any games you played over the weekend, always feel free to post pictures or start chats and comments on our page. We love hearing what you guys are up to. Or if you have questions about any of our processes as well, just feel free to shout out and ask. That is what we are here for. We're not secretive when it comes to how do you do a process so we can guard it greedily.
Yeah.
Like, we want you to know how to make games, so you make them. Or, you know the steps and whatever. Like, no reason to keep that information hidden.
Worst case scenario, we'll help you do it.
Right. Exactly. So, signing off, Phil and Daryl with All Hallows Eve. Oh, wow. Oaken Hollow Games. Man, I've still stunned. All right. Y'all have a great evening. Bye now.